It only has been a month and a half more or less since the release of Red Dead Redemption for PC, and Nexus Mods already has around 300 plus mods for the game. So in this, we will learn how to install mods in Red Dead Redemption. I will provide you with a first list of mods that I've already installed and that I think that are pretty good, and by the end of the video, we will also learn how to uninstall these mods. Before we begin, let's talk briefly about what we need. We will need, of course, a legit copy of the game. My game is on Steam, so everything that I'll be doing here will be based on a version of the game that is on Steam. We will have to download a program called Magic RDR, which is the most used tool at the moment to install mods in Red Dead Redemption, and we must make an account on the Nexus Mods website to be able to download the mods, so just go ahead and make an account there, it's 100% free. So let us begin by downloading Magic RDR. The link to the download page on GitHub is in the video description. You just have to scroll down here a little bit and click on this link to download the .rar file. With the download finished, we don't need to install anything, the program is ready to be used, we just have to extract the files to another folder. Even though you can put the folder for Magic RDR wherever you want in your PC, what I recommend is for you to create a folder for the program inside the main folder of Red Dead Redemption. This is not necessary, this is just a recommendation to make things easier. As you can see on the screen, this is the root folder for the installation of my game. I've already created a folder for Magic RDR, another folder for the mods that I'm going to use, and then a folder for the backup files. And speaking of backup, we'll have to make the backups for 3 important files. Inside the game's root folder, which for those who have the game on Steam, is Steam, Steam Maps, Common, Red Dead Redemption. Go to the folder called Game and make a copy of the fragments.rpf, mapres.rpf, and tune11 generic.rpf files, and put them in the backup folder that we just created inside the game's root folder. And we're making backups of these 3 specific files because they are the ones that we're going to change the most installing mods using Magic RDR. Okay, so how do we install mods in Red Dead Redemption? When you install Red Dead Redemption on your PC, the game will have a root folder with all its files related to the game, right? In these files you have all the assets for the game, like missions, cutscenes, sound effects, skins, but they are not scattered inside the game folder. You cannot just go around searching for a specific file for an outfit for John. They are all put together and consolidated into a single bigger file, and this is where Magic RDR comes into play. The program will break a bigger file into all of its smaller files so you can pick each one of them and modify them. Okay, so let's start with the list of mods that I recommend and how to install them. The first mod will be the Black Gentleman Suit by Sir Galahad 172. This mod will change the color of the gentleman's attire from white to black. The original white outfit looks cool, I guess, but the all black suit I think looks even better. And how do we install it? First, we go to the mod page on Nexus. The links to all the mods that I'll be using in this video will be in the description. Now we go here on Files, Manual Download, and in the case that we don't have a premium account on Nexus Mods, we just click on Slow Download to download the file. Now we open Magic RDR, go here on File, Open, then we search for the folder called Game, and then inside this folder we look for the mapres.rpf file and open it. When we open the file, there will be this root path here and mapres as if it was a folder itself. We click on it, and it will actually be like opening a folder filled with files. Now all you have to do is to replace the modded files with the ones that are here, and for this we'll have 2 options. You could look for the name of the file that you downloaded here in Magic RDR so you could replace it, or you could just drag and drop the files here inside Magic RDR. I'll show you how to do it both ways. Doing it first by searching the file here in Magic RDR, we can see that the modded file that we downloaded is named as Mike Player Social 1. We type the name of the file, and when it shows here, we right click on the file and then we choose the replace option, and when this replacing window appears, we just click here on the ellipses to look for the modded file. On the mod folder you should select the file and then just click on replace. To finish the installation of the mod we have to go here on File, Save, and then Current. The program will run these files here and then just save the changes made. At the end it will ask us if we really want to close the RPF and says that every unsaved progress will be lost. We just click on yes. The files will disappear here, but don't worry, this is normal. We can now close Magic RDR and see if the mod works. Opening Red Dead, we choose here the outfit, and as you can see the installation of the mod was successful. The gentleman's attire is completely black now. Let's try the second installation method now that in my opinion is way easier. With this method we will be able to install mods that have multiple files faster, as we will see in examples later. So here's how we do it. We open Magic RDR, we open the mapres file again, and then we just need to drag and drop the modded file inside Magic RDR. For me at least, nothing happens at first, so I have to click outside the folder. This window will appear and then I just click on replace, and then we just have to save the same way we did before, and that's it. Even though I think this is one of the best cosmetic mods for the game at the moment, it comes with a downside. For some reason there are some kind of purple stains in the skin of the suit. Maybe in the future the author of the mod could update this, I don't know. So moving on to the next mod is the Dark Horse over Warhorse mod. The Dark Horse is one of the best horse skins for me in the game, if not the best. But the only way to get this horse in game is by reaching a very low honor level, and then we whistle and the horse will appear for us. But with this mod we can put the Dark Horse skin into the Warhorse, so we can have it from the beginning of the game without having to mess with our honor. The installation of this mod is just the same way that we installed the Black Gentleman suit, but instead of opening the map res file, now we work with the fragments file. So in the same way, we go to Magic RDR, look for the folder called game inside the root folder of Red Dead Redemption, and then we just open the fragments file that's inside it. We replace the files, save it, close Magic RDR, and as you can see we are here in game with our Dark Horse and our honor is still intact. The next mod on the list is the Sombrero and Poncho for John mod. With this mod we'll be able to use the sombrero from the Bandito outfit and the poncho from the Mexican poncho outfit at the same time. Installing this mod is just kind of installing the sombrero on the Mexican poncho outfit actually. We open the fragments file in Magic RDR and then replace these two files here. Player underscore old poncho with the hat at the end of the name, and then this other one here with CS at the end. In this mod we also have to replace this .txt file here. We open the game folder in Magic RDR and now we look for the tune underscore the 11 generic.rpf file. Now we follow this path here. Root, tune, settings, and then we just put the file in here, replace, save the changes made, and we can close Magic RDR. In game we choose the Mexican poncho outfit and now we see that we have the poncho with the sombrero at the same time, which looks pretty cool actually. Moving on, let's now turn our attention to mods that are aimed to improve our gameplay. The first mod will be the Wheeler Rawson Weapon Wheel by Orion 1189. Just like in Red Dead 2, I think that these black and white weapons here in the weapon wheel look a little bit ugly and also a little bit too similar from one another, right? So with this mod, the weapon icons will look much nicer and it will be easy to differentiate between them. The way to install it is to replace all of these files that come here in the mod folder inside the map res file in Magic RDR. And this is where we see how much easier it is to install mods by just dragging and dropping their files here inside Magic RDR. Otherwise, we will have to be searching and replacing each one of the 34 files that are here for this mod. With the installation complete, we see now here in game that the weapons have colored icons in the weapon wheel. There is also a black and white version of this mod here in the mod page in case you like the designs but prefer it in black and white. The next mod is the smaller enemy icons by Death Wrench. Since I've started playing this game again in this PC port, I've noticed that some blips on the minimap are a little too big for like enemies, other points of interest, so what this mod will do is actually make these dots smaller. In general, the mod will make the icon smaller for every type of point in the minimap, as mentioned here, for example, enemies, bounty targets, our horse icon, objectives, etc. The way to install is just as we did for the previous mods. We'll have to open the map res file in Magic RDR, and now we replace a file called map blips. Save it, and we're done. And now as we can see here on the game, the blips for the lawmen are smaller. The next mod is the No Bullet Trails mod by ZZ Ubra and Worst Case Scenario. The mod seeks to remove these traces that appear every time you shoot a weapon. The path to install this mod in Magic RDR is a little bit different. We open the Tune D11 file, and then we go to Settings, and then Weapons. And then we go to the mod folder. We'll have this folder here, Loose Files. We take all these files inside this folder and drop them inside Magic RDR. The alternative to install this mod instead of using these files here is by using the entire Tune D11 provided by the author of the mod, replacing the one that we have. But our Tune D11 already has mods installed in it, so this doesn't make too much sense for us, does it? Because by using this file, it would uninstall the other mods that we put in here already. With that out of the way and with the mod installed, we should be able to play the game without any traces appearing after we shoot our guns. And finally, we are going to finish this list here with another mod that I think that can help a lot, which is the Dead Eye Camera Shake Fix by Emus. For some reason in this game, the camera starts shaking like crazy when you use Dead Eye. This is more noticeable at the beginning of the game where you cannot mark your targets and then you have to take shot by shot in Dead Eye with the camera shaking every shot. All you have to do to install this mod is to drag and drop the mod files inside the game folder. After installing the mod, the camera will barely move when you enter Dead Eye. Okay, so let's just talk real quick about how to uninstall these mods so we can finish up for today. Uninstalling mods in Red Dead Redemption could be a little bit tricky depending on the mods that you want to uninstall exactly. If you want to remove every mod that you put in the game, it's going to be very easy, because all you have to do is go to the folder called game and then replace the files that we modified here, which are the fragments, map res, and tune11, by the files that we put it in a backup folder. Because these files here on the backup folder end up being like the original standard versions of these files from the game, right? Or we could just uninstall the whole game altogether and then install it again. The game would just revert to its original state. It would be the same thing for both cases. But then if you decide that you want to uninstall just one specific mod, this is going to be a little bit harder. In these cases, what you have to do is a sort of a reverse engineering thing. But I don't think that's a good idea for me to be explaining here every step of this process. Let me try and do an example and see if you guys can have a better idea on what to do. So let's take the first mod that we installed, the Black Gentleman suit. First, we open Magic RDR and then we look for the map res backup file. Now we open this file in Magic RDR and start searching for the original file for the gentleman's attire. We note that the file name is smike_player_social_1. So we just type this here in Magic RDR so we can find the file. Now that the file is here, we just right click on it and then choose the option extract and then just save the file wherever you want. Now what we have to do is to open the map res file that is inside the folder called game inside the main folder of Red Dead Redemption. Because this map res file here is the one that the game is using, and that's the map res file that we install mods on. So what we have to do now is open this map res file and then install the original file for the gentleman's attire that we just got from the backup file of map res. And then that's it, congrats, you just reinstalled the original version of the gentleman's attire back into your game. So yeah, just as I said, it's a little bit tricky trying to uninstall a specific mod after you installed a bunch of mods in Red Dead Redemption. And with this, I think we can finish this tutorial here. This is just a first small list of mods that I liked very much for Red Dead Redemption. The game just released, so of course there will be a bunch of mods for us to look at in the future. I hope this video helped you, and if you guys are having any trouble trying to install these mods, leave me a comment and I'll try to respond, okay? Bye!